We see our role here as assisting when needed to help people maintain their independence and then stepping back out and letting them live their own lives. So we find that some of our clients honestly don't even remember that they've been served by us, and that's okay with us.
I used to think once in a while, I say, I think I'm no good for this life anymore. I think I should die. It's because I sit in here look like they go jail. I don't want to do this. You know, and confusing, all boo-hoo and cry and all that. I don't do that no more. After I got this baby, I'm going out there.
Our job at the Council on Aging is to connect the problem with the solution.
She had a stroke 10 years ago, and this 10 years she's been trying very hard to be independent.
I keep calling her all the time. I say, I'm hope that she don't mind. I call her, help me, help me, help me.
She's trying to apply, first go through the doctor to get an electrical wheelchair, but she just failed, and she didn't know where she failed.
Did you believe 11 years they don't give me the electric wheelchair which I needed? You know, they don't.
You know, sometimes when you're sick, and it's even, even bad for the normal people when you call different offices and call different people and you don't get an answer, and you have to call 2 times and 3 times and sometimes 5 times. You don't get answer. You really get discouraged.
She helped me. She go through help all over street. Every office, and apply phone call and call and call and call.
When I closed the case, I counted it's altogether 54 calls to different agencies and different people, and yeah, I was amazed.
I got this chair, and I'm so happy. That's how I began to go out there again. I used to walk, but it's too hard. I fall down.
When she got the wheelchair, she was so thrilled. The best story she told me is that she could go out every morning to just breathe the fresh air and watch the rabbits. She's feeding a rabbit, so that's a part of the joy for her.
I'm happy now. I'm more happy.
One of the things I admire most about the people that I am so fortunate to work with is their tenacity and their perseverance. Some of these things that we do for older people that they only see the end product, it has taken 50 phone calls, has taken hours of work, has taken letters and bring up the chain of command to meet the need of that client. And it's fine when the client only sees the outcome, but I know for a fact that our staff and volunteers have worked very hard to make that the appropriate outcome for those individuals.
Well, I like the job because for the Friendly Visitor Program, I get a chance to get to know these friends really intimately and to bring some joy into their life.
I just feel good about going in and seeing them smile. I've never been happier in working than I have been since I've been working with the elderly.
I love the job. I love the work. And when I can do things for people, I'm a happy person.
When somebody calls in for help, it's usually the 11th hour. It's crisis time. And if it takes us 3 weeks to be able to get to them, it's often too late. It can be the difference between life and death.
Last summer was my first summer here because I moved in here in October. So when I moved in here, it was cold, but I had heaters and blankets. But when the summer came, it was 115 degrees inside this little place.
With her heart condition, she has difficulty breathing at times, and she just was having a really hard time with the heat. So she called and told us about that problem. We went out to see her, and it was just terribly hot in that apartment.
She got me air conditioning and came back the very next day. And I was crying when I saw that big box coming in my house. And I told her she was the best.
After that, with his Medicare Part D, she was unable to get her medications because there's been lots of glitches since January 1. And she went to the pharmacy to get her meds, and they wouldn't, the co-pays were astronomical because she wasn't in the system.
I'm their only heart transplant. They don't have any other transplant recipients but me. I said, I've been coming here for a year and a half. You guys know me here. You know I had a transplant. You know I needed medicine, and I don't have the money to pay for it.
That's when we referred her back to HICAP, and they became involved again in helping her work out the difficulties. And through that, she was interviewed by the local newspaper, the Register, and had her picture in the paper holding up her empty bottle of medication. And lo and behold, the next day when she went to the pharmacy, they were available to her.
The Council on Aging, they always come through for me. They find ways. They have a network of information, well, they can use that I don't have, and they do their best to help people.
We get back just as much as we give. These people tell us their stories, their histories. It's so interesting to meet these people. What better job could you have than to go out and meet these wonderful people?
The Council on Aging mission is to help individuals remain as independent as possible, and we do this through education and advocacy to assist them in asserting their rights.
I love my job. I love being there for the older residents and talking to them day in, day out, hearing their stories.
These are people who just have a passion for helping, and it just, every day, it inspires you. It makes you want to get up and contribute and be part of that team.
The Council on Aging does a wonderful job right now, but we need to serve more people. They're out there waiting for our help.